Okay.
Show them the instructions.
Sheriff, Sheriff, him and my dad showed me.
Right.
This is what this will do. This is why I don't want you to touch it.
Right.
Not to the point of showing them pictures of what to do, but teach them what to do, and it will hurt you if you mess with it and use it improperly.
Right.
Okay.
Give them education.
So the educational thing, and this is in there, and I ain't gonna hit on everything because we don't have the time for it. But that BioSafe box, by far, and I've got them all, but the BioSafe box is by far the most secure one that I've seen on the market.
Right.
Versus the $500-600 that none of us could just go get.
Right.
And it's just as stable because you can attach it to your table beside your bed, or you can put it on a wall.
Gotcha.
However you want to do it. Of course, the wall will be a little bit.
And that will unlock your gun
Yes, sir. So basically, it has a door.
case.
Yes, sir. So it's a flip down door,
Okay.
and it comes with a key. So if your biometrics doesn't actually open it, it's a key to it. Of course, you don't want to be messing with a key, but it's a battery operated, and it's a 9-volt battery.
Right.
Usually lasts about 3 months. So it's a printout of a hand on top of it, and you lay your hand on it, and it unlocks the drawer. The door folds down, and your handgun is there. And I do the same thing. When I go in at night, I put this in my safe, take the magazine out, and put this weapon in my safe, and I close it before I do anything else because of the stuff that we deal with. Because I don't want nobody touching nothing I've got.
Exactly.
And then I do the last thing before I go out and get in patrol car. That's the way mine, and that's what I recommend anybody doing.
Right.
If you're going to go out, firearms training, shooting in the backyard, cleaning it, whatever you're doing with it, make it a habit of doing it just like that. Let's talk a little about the ammunition. Now I see a lot of different weapons here. You got the Smith & Wesson, you got Glocks, you got the shotgun. I'm guessing that shotgun, was that the Remington 1100? Or Remington?
Yes.
500.
Yeah, Remington 1100, yeah. So that's 2 3/4. Whose shotgun is that? 2 3/4? 3-inch or not?
I'm not sure. I think it's 3-inch though.
Okay, 2 3/4, not 3.5.
Yeah.
All right. Use appropriate ammunition for our handguns. If you reload to specs. You'll see some people reload. They say, I'm gonna make it a little hotter because I want it to go a little faster, or I want it to hit a little harder.
Oh, no.
The problem with it is if you're not trained to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have a weapon capable of holding that extra powder, then it'll blow up in your face or blow up in your hand.
Right.
We've seen that. So use the ammo compatible
You
to
will.
that weapon.
Yes, sir.
And you'll see a lot of hollow points. You'll see a lot of lead nose. You'll see, and me and him used to shoot wad cutters. They don't have them anymore. But home defense, use hollow points.
Gotcha.
And and I say this, and Lord willing, we never have to use it. But you want it to stop the person and not go behind him and hit anybody else that don't need to be hit.
Right.
Okay, or go through a wall. That mushrooms and stops the threat. Versus if you
Keep
get
going through.
how many hunters out here? I know I hunt. Nobody. Don't leave me hanging like that.
Getting into it, not quite
So
yet.
the what we call the silver tips or the polymer tips,
Yep.
they will go through a deer. Mine runs about 2,800 feet per second, and it travels. But I shoot a long distance shooting, but 2,800 feet per second. So it'll go through the deer and keep right on getting there. Polymer tips, not good for home defense, and they have them for handguns and rifles and shotguns because they use what they call a sabot slug. For shotguns, that's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Mhm.
You'll go through your wall and into the neighbor's house if you use them.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
use buckshot if you use a shotgun,
Use a buckshot,
and
right?
hollow points if you're using home defense.
Right.
My opinion. Everybody's got one, but that's my opinion for safety wise.
Right.
Can I go back to him?
Yes, sir.
While I was on my mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He was talking about the bio box. Whose weapon is this? Okay. Know your weapon and know your practice. Know how you can secure your weapon, whether that gun is loaded or unloaded, or whether the clip is in the gun is not one in the chamber. Because when you grab the gun, what are you gonna be ready to do? Are you gonna be ready to aim and point and aim? Are you gonna be ready to pull the trigger? Or do you got to be mindful and say, "Wow, my gun ain't loaded"? You grab a gun, there's not nothing in the chamber,
Yeah.
ain't up a paperweight. So you might as well just throw it here in there.
Right. So you got to know the condition of
know
your
the
gun.
condition. Know the condition of your gun. Know the weight of your gun.
Mm-hmm.
A gun without a magazine, a gun
Yeah.
with a magazine. Always know whether every gun in my house is chambered. Before the grandkids come up, we put them in a safe location above the refrigerator where they can't reach them. But every gun in my house is chambered. If I grab a gun, it's ready to shoot. I'm not gonna have an unloaded gun. That's just my preference. You got to figure out what's gonna work for you.
Right.
Just like he said, he got a 2-year-old grandchild. This is what he's doing for his family.
Right.
Your family may be different. You may not have a child.
I got a bunch of kids, so I keep mine locked up all the time.
And I understand that, but still, when you go to grab your weapon,
You got to know.
you need to know your weapon.
Yeah.
If it's loaded, unloaded, chambered, or not chambered.
Yeah, the one in my Bible box, if I pull it out, she's ready to rock.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Any gun in my house, any 5 locations, I grab it. So in the 5 locations, I grab it.
No, I'm saying you don't take it.
Well, no, I mean in 5 locations, I grab it. It's ready. And my fishing truck is ready.
Right.
And my boat is ready.
Right.
I carry a hot gun all the time. Besides the purpose of coming out here unloaded.
Right.
When I get back to my truck, it's gonna be loaded. Every gun I have is hot. But that's your preference
Right.
and your safety. That you have to figure out what's gonna work for you and your family.
Right.
Okay?
And you do that for the purpose of you don't want to waste no time.
You don't waste no
You don't
time.
waste no time.
And last thing you want to do is to pull
And you're able
go-
to
go
keep
click.
it safe and secure.
Yeah.
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 You don't want to go click.
Yeah.
If you got, I hope nobody ever have to do that.
Yeah.
But if you have to, you don't want to go click.
No, that's the worst thing.
And it makes a lot of sense, guys, because I mean, know your weapon, and that's by far the most important. But you got to think about it. You got something going on. You're getting your gun. Your adrenaline's up. You're not going to think about chambering that round.
Right.
All you're going to do is think about pointing, pulling the trigger.
Especially in the middle of the night, they wake you up
Yeah.
out your sleep or
So-
something.
Yeah.
I mean, even in combat when we were in combat and in SWAT training, we go to different scenarios that make you think that.
Exactly.
But I've been conditioned to do it.
Right, because
Okay, it's second nature to us,
do gun
but-
training in the military, they yelling in your ear, they
Exactly.
doing all kinds
Exactly.
of stuff, making
And
trying to
they
distract
throwing
you.
scenarios
Throwing
that you have to
scenarios
fit.
that you have to figure it
And
out.
you're going to do
quick in the
what,
moment.
how you were trained.
Yeah.
This
You're gonna react-
thing you see on TV, they grab the gun, they do this when they go in the house.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah.
That gun is already hot.
Yeah,
Already
yeah,
hot.
that's just movie stuff.
That's
Yeah, Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. North Carolina's a stand your ground state.
Correct.
What exactly does stand your ground mean? Because people have different perceptions about stand your ground.
In my opinion, a stand the ground is you don't have to retreat. Now, don't get me wrong when I say you don't have to retreat. If I'm over here, this is not my house, okay? But I use my ditch as my threshold. You can chase me to my house, but I don't have to cross my threshold. Once I get in my yard, my house, all bets are off, okay? I use that as standing my ground. Now, I say that in the aspect of being my house, but stand your ground if you're at a grocery store, you're at a supermarket, you're at a mall, of even of that,
Right.
and you have a concealed carry, you have a right to carry your weapon just like everybody else does, and you get a threat. Okay, sir, I don't want to do this today. Now I'm talking if he ain't got a gun on it, if he ain't got a gun pointed at you,
Right.
but he got one. Sir, I don't want to do this today. You just have a good day. Do what you can to de-escalate
Right.
the
To walk away from it.
but don't do this.
Don't turn your
Okay,
back on them.
sir, you have a good day. I apologize if I did anything. Have a good day.
Right.
Keep that distance. But if he approaches you in a threat to hurt you,
That's standard.
that ends that.
Now,
Okay.
another question over that. In the Navy, we operated under we had something called deadly force triangle.
Yeah.
And it was like they have to have the opportunity, they have to have the intent, and they have to have the capability. Does that still apply? Like
Still
with,
applies.
Still applies.
with stand your ground?
Yes, sir.
It still applies, and the threat has to be real. It's just like if someone's standing on your back porch here. Now you standing in your house. That's not an immediate threat to you. You're giving this person the opportunity to leave. You got an opportunity to back away. Now, if he breaks the threshold of that door, he's coming to bring bodily harm to you. You have a right to defend you and your family. Person breaking out in your shed, you can't shoot a man that's breaking out in your shed and fleeing. You cannot shoot anybody fleeing. We cannot shoot anybody fleeing. Right. So,
And you'll hear a lot of things too, guys. If he, like Sarah said, if he breaks in that shed and he's got your $1,000 tool bag,
and fleeing,
you just can't shoot him because he got your $1,000 tool bag.
Right.
Okay.
cannot.
You just gotta let him run there. If you're quick enough to run him down, that's on you. But we can't use bodily harm. Well, we can't use deadly force.
Right. Deadly force is when all three of those meet. So you really have to have
But
somebody.
just like you said, and I use
capable.
that same thing military training as I do up here. You have all these elements that have to come into play before you can use
before
deadly
you
force.
can use
And,
deadly
and
force.
also remember, there's no such thing as a warning shot.
Definitely not.
And there's no thing as I'm gonna shoot you in the leg to slow you down.
Nope.
Use force deemed necessary to stop the threat. Okay.
Now, one thing, guys, and I see these, and I don't see any holsters. So what kind of holsters do y'all carry?
Oh, it's a
Don't
holster out
care.
here.
Okay, so the holsters that y'all have for your handguns, are they carried? Are they made specific for your handguns?
Well, I just got a general holster just to have one while we were out here shooting,
Okay,
something like that.
Mine
So,
is
okay. What do you carry?
43X.
43X, what kind of holster you got?
What's that company? Better Holsters.
Okay, that's a good company. But now, when I say holsters to carry, make sure when you carry one that it covers the trigger housing. Okay?
43X.
Yeah. Make sure it covers the trigger housing. Now, that one you have was a good holster.
That's not bad, actually.
Oh, that is a good holster for that weapon there. And I'm familiar with the sheriff because I'm the one who got it from him.
Okay.
I was the
you had to
lieutenant of
match that to get
operations
it out.
before I retired, so I got in his
Retention.
Match that to get it out.
But make sure if you're gonna
Not bad.
run or if you're gonna do stuff like we did in the military, make sure the holster withstands that.
Yeah.
Now, as you see, we carry, and I'm not gonna take this one out because this is my duty weapon, but if you see the one we have here, this is a triple retention. So I have to do 3 different things before I
Oh, to
holster
get
this
it
weapon.
out.
And the reason that the sheriff makes us wear these, so nobody can come up and take our
Just
weapon
take it
from us.
off.
You'll- And I tell them,
Go, they can't
MOS.
get it.
you'll pull my britches off when you pull the gun out.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
you
You
know,
know,
that.
so,
Right,
and if you
yeah.
pull my britches off, you done something. So,
Now, what size gun is that?
but make sure
9
that
millimeter.
holster's compatible.
9 millimeter.
And make sure your gun's compatible to your hand. I swear I see a lot of mistakes when we go to different places to teach people to shoot. A lot of older ladies will bless their heart to come out there with their daddy's or their husband's handgun, and it'll fly back over their head. And I said, "No, let's put this up for a little while," you know. And I say that because the sheriff's been there too. We've seen them shoot them. They go, whoop, 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 whoop.
Right over your head.
You know.
Yeah.
I see
But,
videos.
Yeah, and some of that's true.
Yeah.
But make sure it's one that you can handle. You know,
Yeah.
if you can her like
Oh,
the
yeah.
43X would be.
Yeah.
I was saying, where the
Don't
little
go get a,
small one at? The little small one.
Don't
That's
go
the
get
little
a
small
Desert
one
Eagle,
right there.
Gina.
No,
Don't
no,
go get
no,
a Desert
no,
Eagle.
no, no.
Okay? We don't need
A
you.
revolver or the little small one right
Now,
there.
I'm glad you said that. Now, how many out here own a wheel gun or revolver? Anybody own one? I have
I
several.
have.
I don't even know what is that.
A wheel gun is a revolver.
chamber.
It's
Not
got
yet.
the
Got
cylinder
6
on.
shots.
Okay. Now,
That Russian roulette gun.
Yeah, there
well,
you
now
go.
having a revolver for a home defense weapon is ideal
Okay.
because you got a hammer that falls. If you got ideal ammunition for that handgun, newer ammunition in it, you know, none that's been molded and greened and over the years,
Well, first time gun owners.
or first time gun owners, correct?
First time gun owners.
That hammer falls, that round going down range. Versus these semi-automatics, they do misfire. Okay? Now, I'm not saying mine don't, mine has. But a revolver, I've never had my revolver misfire. So if you have that and you just keep in your mind, if you pull that trigger and you got it loaded,
Oh, it's going.
round's
Yeah,
gone.
It's
yeah.
gone.
That is the good thing for women, like an air light for you,
Okay.
a 38 air light with an internal trigger, so it
Okay.
doesn't have the hammer,
Okay.
being ideal in this light. The
Okay.
problem with a light round and you use heavy duty ammunition is a lot of kick.
It's a lot of kids. That's what they
But you can use a low velocity with the same impact.
Sure enough,
Right, and they
You know.
don't. I'm just trying to
And if
get
it's-
off me.
If you're just trying to learn, just start learning how to shoot, that'd be ideal. And that's the same thing I bought my wife. She has a 38 air light, 38 special air light. Loves it.
Okay.
She won't even let me shoot.
I
Oh.
gotta go to the street
But
station
that
and
holster is
get that
important. If you're coming out here, if you're running, if you're doing anything strenuous with that holster is important because you don't want it to fall out.
Right.
You don't want it to fall here. You don't want it to hit a table. You don't want to hit concrete because some of them will discharge.
Yeah.
How many of y'all heard of the SIGs 3 or 4 years ago, the SIG P320s that were discharged in the holsters and discharged forward?
Right.
The version 1s would actually do that. The version 2, they had corrected that problem.
Wow.
But the first version would, because I was going to buy one and they talked me out of it. But holsters are important, so if you get a holster for it, and I can't reiterate it enough, make sure it's for that weapon. Make sure it don't stick out of it, and if you use a reticle, or if you use an eyepiece for what I call an eyepiece reticle, or a red dot, or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
make sure it's compatible for that instrument that goes on top of it. How many of y'all, or how many of y'all have ever tried a shoulder holster? Do you like it? Make sure if you use a shoulder holster, it's got a strap that goes around to secure it to you. The
Yeah.
reason for that, if you grab a shoulder holster and you go to pull it, it'll do this.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
can be
and if you
flimsy.
do that, you don't have any retention to pull it out. And if you come up on a threat, that 2 seconds that it takes to get out the gun.
Yeah.
Okay, especially if you have somebody that knows a little bit about firearms. That's the only thing I can say about that. I don't carry. Now, one that the sheriff and I see a lot on the street: never put a weapon in your waistband. Never.
Yeah.
Never put it in front of you. Now, you're gonna see these you're gonna see these things on the television that they carry these concealed carries inside the waistband. My opinion, don't do it.
Your legs.
One mistake is gonna end you shooting. Okay.
Not a good thing.
So don't put it here and don't put it behind you. And I see a lot of, I used to see a lot of deputies, they would put it in our gun belts. If we take one off, I said, and of course the sheriff has sent us to training now, I'll hand it to the sheriff, hold on to this for me while I finish doing what I need to do. But you'll see a lot of the guys now walking around on the street in their waistband up under the shirt over here. And if you start to run, it's gonna fall in their britch leg, or it's just gonna fall out and it could discharge. And then you got several people who could be injured.
Right.
So never ever do that. You know, either keep it in your hand secure or keep it in a holster. It's your choice, but don't ever put it in
How
your
many of y'all got concealed permits? Get it. You know, in North Carolina, you can carry open. I see more people walking around with your gun
I'm
open.
serious. That's
Yeah,
You know, y'all being military people.
walking with these.
Why would you want everybody to know you have a gun on?
You don't want to know.
You want nobody to know
You
what
don't
you're
wanna
saying.
know.
Yeah. It's just like my dad used to tell me about a man that cut you. A person that threatened to cut you, he can pull out his knife and see you.
Yep.
Got
Yeah.
a big knife, 6 inches long.
Yep.
Man can cut his blade in him like that, and he's gonna hug you. You ain't gonna never see the knife.
That's right. That's right.
The small, let's say, so don't go
That's
there and show
old.
him.
I'm a
your
knife man. I'm from
So
the
that-
knife.
Yeah.
A man
days.
gonna cut you. A man gonna cut you. You never see his knife.
Old school.
But the one pull out that knife that long, he just wants you to get off him. That's all.
Yeah.
He wants to go that way. He wants you to go
like-
that way.
like-
He
like
trying
that.
to do nothing. That's it.
Yeah,
See?
look,
That's the man. See? He know what I'm talking about.
He ready.
You never even see it.
Right.
Never even see it.
He got an old time. I saw
But I charge each one of you, Billy, you get your concealed permit. And that's where you don't have to worry about when you're driving. You got to lay your gun on the seat, or when a police officer come and versus if an officer stop you, you got your conceal. Just tell them you have your permit and have your hands at 10 in 2 positions. But I urge each and every one of you to get a concealed permit.
Who's this?
Everything he is.
See your stress cracks?
Yeah.
That right there will
You said it.
get you hurt.
You said it.
Why?
They're good. They make them cheaper, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I can see my ammo." But see your stress cracks.
Yep.
See where the plastic's starting to stress,
Okay.
and that'll break.
Because they're originally metal.
Yeah. Well, they making things cheaper.
Well, yeah, but I'm
Yes,
saying like
indeed.
the
Hard
these.
plastic.
Yeah. Oh, it's not metal. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But I mean, they make metal in hard packs, and our duty weapons are like this one here.
Right. Okay.
But that right there, and don't get me wrong, it's like to have if you want to have something extra to play with, but it doesn't hold them secure. Either.
Right.
They gave me some for Christmas one day, and they still in the box. And I said, "Thank you, I appreciate it."
But to the advantage, we doing a lot of shooting. That's gonna really crack.
Yeah.
Because that gun's gonna get real hot.
And see,
How important is going to the range on a regular basis?
very important. You need to reiterate what the sheriff said. Be familiar with your weapon. All the weapons that you're going to tote or have in your household.
Right.
Be familiar with what they'll do, how they shoot with a certain kind of ammunition.
The mechanics.
And if you're going to shoot one particular one to have for home defense, you know, if you can afford it, at least once a month.
Yeah.
At least once
Yeah.
a month. Now, me personally, and I'll tell you guys this, at home, for several different reasons, I clear my house when nobody's there.
Okay.
So, and I do it for 2 reasons. One, I'm familiar with my gun. Don't get me wrong, it's unloaded. Magazine's back in the safe, it's empty. However, I know the difference in the weight, but I clear my house.
Right.
And I do it for 2 reasons. One, I get more familiar with my house where everything's at. So if I get up and it's dark,
Right. Muscle memory kicking.
last thing I want to do is turn on a light where you can see me.
Right.
I want to get to you before you see me.
I'm moving. I know how to move.
So if
yeah,
you
same,
do that enough,
Yeah.
then you can do it with your eyes closed pretty
Right.
much, okay?
Same with fire safety.
Same at the
thing.
range.
Yeah.
At the range, we start off certain distances and go on back to 25 yards, okay, with the handguns alone, and then further back with the rifle and shotguns. But go to the range, shoot it, get familiar with it, carry your partner with you, you know, critique each other. So if me and him are standing here and we're looking and he sees me engaging his target, he said, "Hey, I saw you flinch," or "I saw you turn," or I saw you jerk, then I'm learning, okay, and I'm doing something wrong, I need to readjust my grip.
Right.
And then I do the same thing for him, or if he's standing here and he's
Yeah.
engaging the target, I'm looking at him.
And
I'm
how
watching.
That's how you supposed to do it.
Get you
Yeah.
battle, I call, me and him call them battle buddies,
Yeah.
in the military, and I said, you watch me and I'm gonna watch you, and that's how you get better.
Okay.
And I tell the sheriff all the time, watch me, boss, and let me teach me something, because he teaches me stuff every day.
Right.
You know, so, and it's stuff that you forget, that you hadn't done in a while. I said, you know what, that's a good idea, let's go back to
Exactly.
doing that.
Okay.
So it's important that you grip this, and while we're on this yours?
Yes, sir.
You mind if I pick it up?
Go ahead.
All right, so always make sure they're empty, okay? Always make sure they're empty. Empty, sir?
Empty.
All right, double check, okay?
Yep.
Even if you're gonna have one on the range in here, I tell my guys, double check it for
Double
me,
check.
okay?
Check each other's
All
weapons.
right, there's nothing wrong with doing this. Nothing in the world. We don't want nobody out there to get hurt. We all want to go home same way we
Exactly.
got
We
there.
wanted to be safe.
Now, having said it, now I apologize, guys. Sheriff come to the hospital with me the other day. A gas grill blew up on me, so I got a burned hand up under this.
Oh, man.
It's getting better, but that's why I got this glove on. So, other than that, we wouldn't have it on in uniform. So, when you grab a handgun, don't ever grab it like this.
Right.
I don't want to see nothing like this. This is what's going to hurt, okay?
Right. That'll
You
hurt
never
bad.
do like this. When you grab a handgun, this is for anybody. You grab it high. High as you can get on the beaver. This is called a beaver tail. High on the beaver tail as you can get it, okay? Now, if you got anybody on the, you got high on the beaver tail, when you come up, see this here? This is the standard grip that I want you to use, okay? See this?
That's how you get some good aim right
You
there.
punch your hand.
And it's for the recoil too.
Well, don't worry about
Don't
this.
worry
This
about
one. You're going to punch right here. You're going to fold, and you're going to fold your thumb.
wait,
Over top.
it'll be like that.
Yeah. So you're going to fold your thumb. And the reason for that is, one, recoil, you got it. Okay? Now, you're going to see some people do the
Split
isosceles stance. You're going to see some do the weaver stance.
I like this thing.
Now, the weaver stance is, remember, if you do this weaver stance,
Shoulder whip.
if you're going to do this weaver stance, slightly bend your knees. Don't bend them to the point where you're going to squat. All I want you to do is slightly, like he'll tell you in the military, we used to stand for changing of the guard.
Yep.
We had to stand there for hours. If you straighten your knees, you'll pass out. So
Lord.
ask him, he'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So when you slightly bend your knees, and it gives you the stability, shoulder length apart, it gives you stability. So if somebody comes up, if you're shooting a high-powered weapon, it doesn't rock you, it just moves your hands.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So high on that and cross down. I'm going to tell you a reason for that. If somebody tries to take your weapon like the sheriff says, I can fight you like this.
Okay.
Okay? You can't take my weapon from me right there.
Like.
You'll break my hands before you take that right there.
Oh yeah, you locked in.
Because of the way I'm
and
locked in.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't ever come up and do this. Okay?
What about shooting from the side like that?
We're not John. We're not John Paul Van Damme. We're not none of them. We're not getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and shoot blanks like this. So when you grab, and I say all this jokingly, when you grab this weapon, grab it and use it like you mean to use it. There's no playing when you grab this. Okay? All jokes aside, when you grab your handgun, all the playing stops for everybody. You, your family, and everybody else around you.
Yeah.
So, and you go out on that range, like he said, if me and you were here, so if I'm shooting and you step right there, what am I supposed to do at that point?
You ain't supposed to shoot.
So if you step up, I'm supposed to do what?
Stop.
Stop. Now,
Why would you step
if the
up?
sheriff's behind me, let's just say if me and the sheriff are shooting and y'all stand out here and I step in front of the sheriff and y'all are bystanders, what are y'all supposed to do?
Tell them
Step
stop
back.
shooting. Hi-
Hey,
Yeah,
stop.
Stop the gunshot.
Cease
If
fire.
you ever go over there, any of y'all, one of y'all take a whistle,
Oh, okay.
okay? Because I'm one of the firearm safety guys for the sheriff's office, so while they're shooting, I've got my whistle. If I see anything out of it, boop, I blow, y'all stop. Ceasefire, whatever you want to do.
Right.
Make them stop. Nobody wants to get hurt. As SWAT officers, we're trained to shoot in a line and we're all moving at the same time. However, at the same time, in our peripheral, we're watching everybody move. And if I get ahead of you, then I'm going to slow my step.
Okay.
Okay, because of safety reasons.
Right.
Okay. And
Okay.
you'll see a lot of us hold it here,
Right.
so I'm not waving at anybody.
Right.
Okay. Now, the only other thing I'm gonna go out, but I'm gonna give it back to y'all if y'all have any questions. When y'all change magazines, which is where the rounds go, for y'all that don't know, when you change magazines, step back over there, buddy. So when you change your magazines, don't do this.
No.
Okay. You see a lot of people do this and go grab your magazine.
Yeah.
So if you come up, weapon down range, drop your mag, get you over, and put it back in there, change it.
Oh,
and go back to
yeah.
the-
Okay, just let
Yeah,
it
let
hit the
that
ground
joint
and
hit
get
the
the
ground.
other one.
Ain't no more bullets in there anyway.
in the range at home, we never pick them up until that range is through firing.
That line.
Okay, so when I drop that mag, we're reloading the other one. I don't worry about that mag no more.
Right.
But when I drop it, it's empty.
That's-
I can't give you no good
ain't no
nowhere.
need,
And we're done, we go back and pick them up.
Okay.
Okay? It might break when it hits the ground. Like Sheriff said, we'll get you another one.
Right.
Okay? That's why I said those plastic ones, first time you drop it on concrete, it's going to end up.
Right.
All right? Now, if you don't drop them, it's fine.
Right.
If you see some of the older guys, they say, you don't put this in my pocket. You know, and that's fine if you got time to do that if we had shooting in the woods. But if I'm shooting real life, I'm not stopping.
Right.
Unless you go along.
Oh wait, I gotta get my mag.
Same with revolvers.
Okay.
Some of the revolvers got a lead line like this. Some of them got a hump, they call it. Same grip, high. Okay, low, because if you hit it low, now I'm going to do
Lose your
something.
gun and
I'm going to do
everything.
something here. Let's unload it. Grab that.
Wait.
You're right. Grab it like that. All right. So if you're holding it one hand,
You gonna break
okay.
my wrist?
Yeah,
Now,
you can
what I
turn it.
want you to do
Yeah.
is, now do like I showed you. Take this hand.
Wait.
You're fine. And then take this and rotate it just like that. Now, you got that locked in? Now hold it up. Now, remember, so guys, you bring that weapon up to you, not your head to that weapon.
Okay.
You always want it up
Yeah,
here.
you want it-
You don't want to do this. You want it up here. You want to stand erect.
See.
So you remember your hand. You got it locked in, right? Now look at it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more sturdy.
See, and that's the difference. See, and you'll have a lot of them come up to us and grab it, and you want to grab it and take it out of your hand. When
Right,
you got it
but-
locked in, it's a hard for me to do
Right.
anything with it versus that one hand. That's why I showed you that.
Okay.
Now, one safety feature that I'm going to show y'all. Now, guys, this is just for y'all as home defenders. If somebody grabs your gun, last option ever before you die, you can hit it right there and it will not fire.
Say that again?
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah, he slid the,
This is
the
something.
glide back.
This is something that we learned in the military.
Yeah.
All right, you get it like I want you to get it. Finger off the trigger just like you're doing. You're doing great. So if my last thing we can do is homeowners, and he's got his gun on me. If you get close enough, I mean you've had this training.
Yes, sir.
When you come up there, you can hit it,
Boom.
and see it will not fire.
It will not
fire.
But you can't let it go
You can't.
because once you let it go, it's over. But it will not fire because I've detached it. See that?
Yeah.
But at this point, you got to hold on to it and fight for your life. That is the last resort for anything. But make sure when you do that, it's your last resort because this is something you don't play with. Because either you're fixing to die, that's your last resort to live. You see, a lot of people don't know that.
Right. No.
But that's most of semi. If you hit it and grab it, it disengages, and the firing mechanism will not fire.
And you
If
done
any of
took the
y'all
gun
practice
from
this, please don't do it with a loaded gun.
No.
No.
Yeah.
If you practice this, do not do it with a
And
loaded
it
gun.
disarm.
Now, having said that, guys, don't practice.
Yeah.
Don't
practice it. Yeah.
You know, don't, because somebody's gonna forget,
That is low.
and it's gonna put a hole in your hand.
Yeah.
And I don't want nobody to come back and say, Ray showed me you gotta do this. So,
Don't practice it.
Sheriff on that
Ray said, don't do this.
Don't do
But I show you guys because it's the last resort, and I don't teach it, but that's a reason for that being there like that. But like I said, if you ever have to do it, and I hope none of us ever have to do it, you're doing that to keep you down. Okay. And if you let somebody get that close, they're in trouble anyway, especially with the training me and you've had.
Yes, sir.
So, anybody got any questions? Come on now, y'all made it too easy.
I'm learning a lot. I'm scared of the thing,
You
so.
gave a lot of great information. One thing I do want to know, as far as like we talked about handguns and stuff.
Yeah.
What about shotguns and storing shotguns properly? Safety on shotguns.
If you got to store a
Rifles
shotgun,
in general.
Yeah, rifles.
if you're gonna store a shotgun, a lot of people put them in a closet. Okay, but if you're gonna store them away from your ammunition, chamber open. Okay, you pick it up, you can look, chamber open. None in the cylinder. Okay, this one has an orange dampener.
Yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And even my blocks that
spot
we
it.
ordered have orange dampeners in the magazines where I can see that they're empty.
You can see it pretty
Oh,
much
that's
if
what
it's
that. I
dark.
was
You
waiting
can
for you to
see
say
it.
what that was.
Yeah, so hold it, change it open, all shotguns.
Yep.
The Remington 1100, the pumps, the only difference between the semi-automatic, and don't let nobody tell you they're automatics because they're not.
Oh yeah, semi-auto.
That's all semi-auto. I hear people in the courtroom all the time, they automatic, okay, there's no, okay.
Yeah.
But unless you have a Class A
No.
license, you shouldn't own one anyway.
Yeah, I was.
but
yeah,
keep-
we
So
shot
that's the one you do.
M240s in the Navy
So this is a pump.
and 50 cal.
Yeah, so if you chamber the round and once you squeeze the trigger, It's a pump. That's how you load it. Like that. Okay.
I was trying to
Semi-automatic
You just
when you squeeze the trigger, but that's why it's called semi, because you're squeezing the trigger.
Keep squeezing.
A full auto weapon,
Keep cocking.
you hold the trigger and
That's
it can constantly shoots.
right.
But unless you have a Class A license or a form filled out by the sheriff says you can have one,
Right.
you can't have one.
Okay.
You know, unless you like the ATF come and search
Right.
you every 6 months.
Right.
You know, so, but that's the difference in that. But when you storm, now guys, don't storm in a cabinet with a glass.
No.
Okay? Because if they break in your house, all you gotta do is break the glass. They
Right.
gotta open it. They gotta break the
It's
glass.
like a filing cabinet.
Get you
like
a safe,
phone filing
Tractor
cabinet.
Supply, you know, Crawl Creek, get you a safe and store them properly in the safe. And the reason for that is because if you store them in the molds, after a while, they're gonna rust. Okay, surface rust. No more than me and you are touching these. The back of when I get to the back of the armory today, I'll wipe them down because my oil on my hand will make them rust.
Right.
Okay, so every day that you use them, wipe them
Wipe it
down, clean them. Once a month, get it out when nobody's there, or if you're gonna teach your kids, when you get older, take them down and clean them.
Yeah.
You know, but the oil in your hands will make them rust.
Yeah.
So when you get a safe,
Makes you more comfortable with the weapon as well. Make you know
Exactly.
how to
You know how
use
You're
to
doing
taking it
multiple
apart.
things.
You gotta
Taking
take
it
it
Clean
apart.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
And some of them are a whole lot harder to take apart.
Oh yeah.
You know, than others. So, a group of us guys will get together, most of us from the sheriff's office, and sometimes we go out to the range and we'll clean them and just say, you know, watch me do this, or I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna learn this one because I ain't never done this one.
Right.
So it's good to get that knowledge
Yep.
too. So if you buy one, they do it. You know, but
Learn your safety features on it, because like I said, I have 5 different guns, and 3 of them have safety features on it, 2 of them do not. The Glocks do not have safety on it.
Right.
see your
So know your
Oh
safety
yeah,
features
that's
on
all
all
your
your
the,
guns.
the trigger.
so this is the safety for it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
see red?
Yeah.
See red, you're ready to shoot.
They
Okay.
say red, you're dead.
Red, you're dead. Exactly.
Oh,
So red is ready to shoot. So when you get them on now, and like the sheriff just said, be familiar with it. When your safety's on, it's out there to the right. And I'm right-handed, so I know if I reach down there and feel it, safety's on. Because I can feel it.
Yeah.
And if it's flat, I know the safety's off.
Okay.
Just to get familiar with your gun. And this is mine that the sheriff issued me. So that's why it's unloaded, but this is my duty weapon, my duty shotgun.
Can I feel it?
Yeah, sure.
That was light compared to that one. Compared to this one?
Yeah. And the Remington 1100s are heavier,
This is
but
longer too.
there are, now watch your hand right there. Don't ever pick it up right there. Because if that chamber closes, it hits your finger.
Okay.
And those Remington 1100s close pretty hard.
How you,
Now,
how you say something?
just talking about like your hands and everything on a handgun, if you have your hand too high up
See how you got that?
on the back of the handgun,
It'll bite you.
it'll bite you.
It'll bite So you said how to shoulder it? Is that what you asked?
How you, Roy had told me how to hold
So
it.
when
I
you're
know with
shouldering one,
these-
when you're shouldering one, when you shoulder one, it's the same thing.
A deer gun.
Yeah.
But now shotgun,
That's
what
big gun
you
right
need to
there.
do, if you're not familiar with one, you want to lean forward a little bit.
Okay.
And not bow your head, but lean
But-
forward. But you want to lean forward because this is going to do this.
Right.
And this is going to be your cushion. I call this your spring.
Right.
So when you go do this, it's just going to do this. It's all
It's like
gonna do.
Rocky.
Yeah. And those of us who hunt, like they were talking about, we shoot up to 3.5-inch magnums, which hurts a little bit when you
Right.
shoot it. But when you grab that gun right there, if you accidentally hit that,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
so if you grab your finger right there, and they close it right, but all it takes is that indentation right there. That's, yeah. But he's got
Was
a beautiful weapon because you can't buy these no
It's
more.
really nice.
Yeah.
So, but be careful when you're picking them up. Never pick them up like this.
Yeah.
Always pick them up here. And I'm saying it just so you know.
Yeah.
But if you accidentally hit that, it'll close up on your finger. And I'm saying it because I've done it one time and it hurts.
You're still learning.
Yeah. That one takes another barrel too.
Oh,
They're
that's
intangibles.
that one you do
Hey, it
over
breaks
there.
open and you check the barrel off and change it, yeah.
Yeah.
Change it. YCR.
When we first go hunting as a young man, our parents would give us single shot.
Yeah.
Then you went to a pump, and then you went to automatic.
Oh wow.
We went through stages. You didn't get an automatic or pump unless you went through this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You
So
know.
that's the one you
My
did
dad's
the
learned
one-
yeah,
one
that's
shot,
when you shoot
one
and you
shot,
go to
one
work.
kill. One shot, one kill. Yeah.
We're gonna start off with the
My uncle
14 and
started
go
us
to the
with
20
that when
gauge.
he
Yeah.
was hunting and stuff like that. That's what he would let us shoot.
But it's all about safety, guys. And even our younger guys, we have to reiterate to them, it's all about safety.